Make sure you, all right, good morning. Make sure you've got room on either side of you and overhead. And as we begin, you're welcome to lie on your back with your knees bent. Of course, you can always have them straight as well, but you might like them bent to start. And just notice as you lie down how your neck is feeling this morning. And maybe just let your head rock side to side a little bit, just gently rocking it. Good. And bringing your head back to center, let's just notice above you, the space above you. So in the studio, just taking in the light coming off of the white fabric and the ceiling. So today in our practice, we're just going to work on changing our perspective, or another way we'll say it is heightening our vision. So using our eyes in different ways and noticing how that feels in our nervous system as we do that. Just right now, could you go or attempt to invite in a state of just receiving the visual information rather than seeking it out, just allowing your eyes to soften, your forehead to soften, and noticing your breath as it comes in and as it goes out. Good. And then let's take our right hand and place the palm on your forehead. So your right palm on your forehead and your elbow just kind of out to the side. Now imagine that your hand and arm are like a plank of wood and your head is like a ball. And you're just going to use your arm to move your head side to side, like rocking it side to side. So what you're attempting to do here is to not use your own neck muscles, to let the arm be like it was just rolling a ball side to side. And can you let your jaw relax as you do this too? So the jaw falls down on one side and then the other. And letting your breath flow. Good. And then come back to center, let the arm rest. And this time we'll use the left arm, same thing, okay? So take the left arm up and you might just notice any difference as you do this, letting your eyes travel across the ceiling or whatever they happen to see and letting the jaw soften. And notice if it's easy or hard to do this idea of you're a plank of wood rolling a ball and your head and neck being relaxed. Good. And then coming back to center, letting the arm rest, just noticing, beginning your umbrella breath. So as you inhale, feeling the rib cage expand three-dimensionally, and then taking a long exhale, you could blow out the mouth for the first couple. You can always blow out the mouth the whole time too as we practice, but you could try to transition to more of an Ujjayi breath. Good. And then let's straighten out the legs. And as you inhale, reach your arms overhead, get really long. And as you exhale, let's bring the right knee in and catch it with your hands. Good. And now I'm going to work on the neck a little bit more. So you might need some head and neck support if you're not using it. What we're going to do is tuck the chin down, try to make a double chin. So that's where the blanket behind the head can help. It's like you can press the back of your head into the floor or blanket as you make a double chin. So we're going to strengthen the deep neck flexors. Keep breathing. And now on your next exhale, can you lift your head and shoulders off the floor, but keep the double chin as you do that? So go slowly. And then as you inhale, can you keep the double chin as you lower? So really work on keeping that chin tucked down. And then again, exhale up, inhale down. Good. Now next time, exhale up. And now we're going to try to sit up. So we'll kick the shin forward and round the spine, trying to come up, and inhale, sit up tall. Now, you might not have been able to get up that way, okay? So the other way to do it, let's roll back down, just letting your breath flow. You can try it again. It's just like a little physics thing you've got to figure out and round your spine. But the other way is to bring the left leg up toward the ceiling and swing yourself up. And that might feel easier using a little momentum, right? Or it might not feel easier. You could play around with it. Here, try it a couple times both ways. Just seeing if you can come up to a seat. Good. And if you're having trouble getting up, just swing it a little harder. Boom, and round your spine. Okay. And then come all the way up to a seat with your right knee in, holding your shin. And inhale, let's sit up tall. And now as you exhale, let's hold the leg with left hand and twist to the right fingertips come behind. Good. Inhale, sitting up tall. And exhale, let's just slowly turn your chin to the left shoulder. And inhale, turn it to the right shoulder, just going slowly, your own pace, noticing how your neck feels. So going slow to catch when it might be stiff or want you to stop. Good. Now, the next time you turn to the left shoulder, let's release the right knee and let it come down toward the floor. Okay. Now, inhale, sit up tall. And exhale, can you twist toward your straight leg, but we're not going to put a hand down. We're just going to kind of move the arms like this. Right knee is coming toward the floor. And then as you inhale, we're going to lean toward the right. Can you pick up the right leg, bend it, and send it back behind you? And you kind of twist it like this. Yeah, to the right. Good. Inhale. And now exhale, and have to lean to try to pick that left leg back up, straighten it out in front, and twist toward the left, Yes. And then keep breathing. You don't have to breathe any particular time. You're going to try to send that leg back again, and you're twisting toward the right. You could always put hands down, right? You always put them down. And then again, straightening it out, twisting toward the left. Keep going. Notice if you're holding your breath, okay? It's a good hip and spine warm up here. Good. Okay, next time the leg goes straight, let's bring the right knee back up to the ceiling. Okay, we'll inhale. Let me see about this. Yes, inhale and place the left hand down behind you, rolling the shoulder back. And you can stay here, or you can exhale, try to lift the left hip off the floor to see how the wrist feels. Maybe you lift up high, or maybe you stay low. Good. And then coming back down slowly. We're going to hold that right shin in our hands again and inhale, sit up tall. Nice, everyone. And then exhale, see if you can round slowly down and lower yourself all the way to the floor. And then holding behind the right leg with your hands, we'll inhale, take the right leg, straightening it up toward the ceiling. That's it. And exhale, bend again. Good. Let's just do that 2 more times. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Good. And this time we'll place the foot on the floor, straightening out the leg. Nice. Let the legs relax for a moment and notice. Feel your breath as it comes in and goes out. Then inhale, stretching arms overhead. And exhale, let's bring left knee in, give it a squeeze. We'll do 2 chin tucks. So we'll inhale, tuck it down, double chin. Exhale, come up. Inhale, lower down, try to keep that double chin. Good again. Good, now this time we'll try a few rolls, okay? So you'll exhale, come up, and then try to sit up. You can round and push that shin forward maybe. Okay, but do it your own way. And just see if you can figure out how to make this easier on your body. Do it a few times. You can try it both ways if you want to. See if you can use the exhale to help you come up. Good. And after your next try, we'll stay there. Okay. Inhale, sit up tall. And as you exhale, holding the leg with your right hand, twists. And then this time, let's arc the nose up toward the ceiling like a rainbow, go down to the right shoulder, and just keep breathing, circling it around. And notice how your neck feels moving in this way. Try to notice whenever you're holding your breath. Good. Okay, next time you come toward the right shoulder, let's let go of the left knee. Untwisting, let's let the knee come down to the floor. Good. We're gonna inhale, and you can use hands or not. We'll twist toward the right. Just let your breath flow, okay? And then as you exhale, I know I just said let your breath flow, but it's in my brain to say exhale, bend the knee and take it back behind you, twisting toward the left, and then just keep going. You can even lean toward that leg. I forgot that on the other side. Yeah. Good, so next time that you've got the right leg straight and you're twisting toward the right, let's stay there and bring the left knee up, placing right hand down behind. Let's inhale, roll that right shoulder back. So right shoulder, you got it. And then exhale, see if it feels okay to lift the hip up or maybe go higher. Okay, inhale. And exhale slowly down and roll yourself down, holding that knee. You can take more than one breath if you want. Hold behind the leg whenever you get there, and just 3 straightening and bending. After you bend for the 3rd time, foot to floor, straightening leg, notice. Good, inhale, let's reach arms overhead. And exhale, let's bring the right knee in, give it a squeeze. Good, inhale, let's bring the knee across the body toward a twist, stretching right arm out to side. Good, inhale there. And exhale. And start to roll onto your left, putting the right knee on the floor. And we're going to come around onto our bellies with the right knee out to the side. So you'll be propped up, and you can scoot yourself back onto your mat if you want to. You'll be propped up on your elbows here with the right knee out to the side in a frog. It's called a half frog pose. Yeah, so you can get yourself into it, and just pressing that right knee into the floor. And everybody prop yourself up on your forearms so you're in Sphinx pose. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Good. And then pressing that right knee down, can you engage your left leg and feel like you're really reaching the toes back? Yeah, that's it. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now we're going to come back over onto our backs. To get there, we can lift the right elbow, kind of leaning on the left, thread the left arm underneath the right. So you come back onto that left shoulder, and then you slowly bring the right arm around, reaching it out to the right. So you're back in your twist. Good, inhale. And exhale, bringing that right knee back in towards your belly, rolling onto your back. Yeah, and if you need to scoot yourself onto your mat, you can. Let's inhale, stretch that leg up toward the ceiling again. And exhale, bending the knee, foot to the floor, straighten out the leg. Let's just notice there for a moment. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhale, reach arms overhead. Exhale, left knee comes in. And inhale, let's twist, reaching left arm to side, bringing knee across and staying there. Good, following your breath in and out. Again. Good. And then slowly releasing the knee to the floor as you start to roll towards your right. Going to keep that left knee out to the side in half frog as you prop yourself up onto your forearms. Yeah. So you came from your twist, you guys, if you're confused. What you do is you come from the twist, okay? And then you just bring the knee across and then you keep rolling. Okay, keep rolling. You're on your forearms, Sphinx pose, pressing that left knee into the floor and reaching the right leg back. Engage the glute, the right glute, especially there, and the right thigh. Good. Inhale. Let's lift the chin a little bit. And exhale, drop the chin, just noticing how your neck feels. Doing that again. Good. And now we're going to come back over. So we'll lift the left elbow up and then thread the right arm underneath. And then start to roll onto your back, reaching the left arm around. Pause for a second there and exhale all the way onto your back, squeezing your knee. Good. And inhale, holding behind the leg, stretching it up. Left leg. Good. And then exhale, bending the knee, foot to the floor. Straighten out. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's find your block and place it between your inner thighs or your knees, either way, whatever feels better, with your feet off the floor, stacking your hips over your knees. Good. Now just give the block a squeeze and see if you can feel your lower abdominals turn on, maybe your pelvic floor lifting. Just keeping it there. Inhale. Exhale, engaging core. Inhale, tuck your chin down, arms reaching down toward hips. Exhale, just keep the arms down. See if you can lift head and shoulders. Good. Keeping that chin tucked, inhale, lower. Good. Keeping that core engaged and the double chin. Exhale, slowly lifting. Good. Drawing belly down. Inhale, lower. One more. Exhale, lift. Good. Inhale, lower, taking block away, feet on floor. Exhale, drawing knees into belly. Good. Just pause, inhale. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to curl up into a little ball and see about rocking and rolling like a ball here. So you got to round your spine and you can kick your legs to get momentum, right? So you can, boom, kick them, try to get some momentum going here. We're going to do this several times. And then if you can, what we're going to try to do is do a little sit and reach. So when we come up, can you take your legs to a V and reach forward? Right. And you can turn around, you guys that are facing the wall, and then come back. You can lift your legs up, roll back. And again, and just do this at your own pace, okay? Doesn't have to look any certain way. You can do it with no hands if you want, or you can use your hands, okay? Just trying to find a little rhythm here and a little momentum to warm up these muscles and your core. Let's do two more. Good. And then on your second one, just pause in your V seat. Inhale, sit up tall. That's it. Maybe take your eyes up, look toward the ceiling. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale as you come onto hands and knees. Okay. Let's inhale, just working the pelvic and hip area. Let's inhale, tilt the tail up. And exhale, tuck it under. Not really getting into the chest or upper back too much, just more the low back and hips. Kind of feel that lift of the tail and the tuck of the tail. Can you do it in rhythm with your breath? The inhale with the lift and the exhale with the tuck. Okay, now let's find neutral kind of in between there. Okay, and we'll look behind the right shoulder and then exhale, look behind the left. And you can let yourself twist a little bit more on the next round. Okay, and then coming back to center, let's do a few full cats and cows. And if your neck feels okay, let your eyes get into it, like keeping the eyes open. How high does it feel okay to look on the ceiling when you look up? And then how much can you look between your knees or your legs as you go down? I'll get that heat turned down, guys. Let me just get there. Let me just get there. Okay, a couple more of those. You can add any other movements in that you might want to add in. Now let's pause in the center and inhale, reach the right knee up with a bent knee. Good. And now can everybody get solid through their shoulders, protract your shoulders. Good, engage your core. Good. We're gonna let these hips fully move so we don't have to keep them square, and see the biggest circle you can draw with your knee and hip, around and around. And then go the opposite direction. Good, and then let's place that right knee down. Inhale, protract the shoulder blades, get them really wide and strong. Exhale, lift the left knee and begin to draw your circles. Just warming up all the joints of the body here, getting the core engaged through different movements. Now, opposite way. Good, and then let's come down. Good, and let's spread the fingers wide, stretching out through the hands and wrists. You can start to move your weight around your hands a little bit and notice. Okay. And then we'll come down onto the forearms and do some wrist flexion. So we'll inhale, turn the palms up. Exhale, make a fist and lift, pressing down through where a watch face would be, and repeat. Let your neck relax as you do this. Just do a couple of those, or maybe 3 or 4 of those. Good, and then let's come back to palms down and lifting up into your tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, you can move around however you'd like to. You can always choose puppy dog, of course. Okay, breathing here. Good, now you could always come back down to knees and do this like we did a moment ago, or you can be in down dog and lift one leg with a bent knee. So, and then start to circle. Right, so just like we did on hands and knees, if this feels like too much, just be on your hands and knees instead. Okay, how big can these be? And now reverse it. Good, and then let's place that right foot down. You can always come down between sides, right? Inhale, just stretching out in down dog. Exhale, let's lift the left foot and knee bent and start drawing your circles whenever you're ready. A few in one direction and a few in the other. Keep breathing. If you find you're holding your breath or straining, then back off, go down to knees and do it. Good, and then let's place that foot down, pause in down dog for a moment. Exhale, let's come down to knees. Good. Let's widen the knees, bringing the big toes toward one another. So you're kind of like this. Yes, you're spread out, okay? I'm gonna keep the hands here, and let's inhale, look between your hands as you sit toward the heels. And then what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to exhale and snap to plank. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do is this. Okay, and then I'm going to inhale, open the knees, softly put them down. You might need more than one breath. Sit back, look between your hands, and then exhale. Okay, so you can try a few of these, see if they're working for you. If they don't, you can, of course, do this, a modified plank, right? Where you're just on your knees. You just won't get to snap the legs together. Another option is to be hovering. So you don't even put the knees down. You just sit back in a squatting dog, the knees hover, and then you pop to plank. Okay, let's try two more. I like the hovering one. That really works my quad area, warms up my hips, my toes, my ankles, my arms. Good. Okay, next time you come forward, let's put knees down. Okay, we're going to be in a knees down plank. So in a knees down plank, your hips are tucked for this variation. You're protracted. So as a contrast to this, right? Not quadruped. Boom, you're forward. I'm going to spread the fingers wide, protract the shoulder blades. Inhale. Now exhale, can you slowly lower yourself to the floor? And when you get there, can you inhale, release the hands, squeeze the, retract the shoulder blades, lifting up. And then exhale, put them back down, draw your ribs in, push up. Yes, good. And then back down. Okay, so you're inhaling at the top, you're exhaling slowly down. You inhale, retract, hands release. Back down, exhale, draw core in and lift. Okay, try, yeah, nice, you guys. You can also do this, of course, from a full plank. Same thing. Maybe try a few more when you need to rest, when you've lost all form, then rest in child's pose or seated, or even on your belly. Trying to be very core aware with your push-ups. Good, you guys. One more, maybe. And then you can rest back in child's pose or down dog or anything that feels right to you. Wherever you are resting, let's pay attention to your neck and your wrists. So how's the neck feel? You let it soften, let your jaw soften. And then what do the wrists want to be doing? Do they need a rest? Do they need to move? Just being aware of your wrists, your hands. Good. One more breath. We're going to make our way to the fronts of our mats in forward fold. So you can move through down dog if you want, or get there however it works. Just let your knees soften, letting your arms soften. Might nod your head, yes. And shake it, no. And then slowly let's either roll up, or you can place hands above knees, extending spine forward. And exhale, sit, and inhale, rise. Exhale, arms out and down. Good. And then just notice how you feel standing. Feel your toes on the floor. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, down your back. So let's get our blocks at the fronts of our mat. And you might want your knee padding close by, or I'm just going to set mine up. That is standing for a moment. Good. Feeling the 3/4 of your feet, ball of big toe, ball of pinky toe, center of heel, pressing down, growing tall from that spot. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. And let's try a couple of Ujjayi breaths if you're not already doing it. So you'll inhale through your nose, and then let's exhale long out through pursed lips. Just practicing getting that longer exhale. And then you can try the fogging up the mirror sounds. So out through the mouth, like, And think when you breathe in, think wide down here, right? Think it's going to widen through your lower ribs when you breathe in. And you can transition to a closed mouth Ujjayi breath if you want to. You just close the mouth. You see if it can make that little whisper. It's just loud enough for yourself to hear someone really close. It's not super loud. And you don't want to cause strain in your jaw. If you get any strain, then you can just let it go and breathe in a way that works for you. Good. Now let's try to add in our arms. So as you inhale, let's reach arms up. And as you exhale, let's fold toward the blocks or toward the floor. And then inhale, hands can be on blocks or your own legs as you extend your spine forward. And then exhale, let's take the left knee back and drop it down to your blanket. And then come up to a half kneeling position. And inhale, let's notice the pelvis, just like we did in cat-cow. Let's tuck and untuck a few times. Pelvic rocks, right? So you're up here on your back knee. You can pat it as much as you need to. And you're trying to tuck and untuck. Yeah. And now let's leave it in the tucked position. So you start to feel something in the front of this hip. And then let's inhale and reach the left arm up toward the ceiling. I balance myself with my back toes. And then exhale, leave it in the tucked position as you lean toward the right. Good. Keep engaging that back glute. Stay there. Inhale. Exhale. And then inhale, rise back up. And exhale, we're going to get a block and place it at the foot. So you can have it on any height. I'm going to put mine on the tallest, but yours could be on whatever height works. I'm going to put my foot on it. You could also use a blanket instead, or you could skip it all together if you don't like it. But pad your knee more if you need it. So no pain in the knee, okay? And now I'm going to come back, do a couple pelvic rocks so you can find where that tuck is, okay? And then tuck the pelvis forward. Good. And see if you can just be up tall here. Good. Inhale and exhale. So just getting a little more into the quadricep now, right? You might still feel it in the hip flexor too. Okay, now from here, can you practice, keep breathing, but kick the foot down into the block. And then see if you can lift the foot off of the block. Good, you guys. And then kick it down. You might get a hamstring cramp. If you get a hamstring cramp, just stretch it out, okay? Yeah, it's just your hamstring's not used to working that hard. That's good. That's a start. Yeah, that's a start. Some people can't even pick it up. Yeah, so just try, do your best, right? Even just sending the brain signals there to think about doing it is something. Okay, yeah. So just doing it, and I'm just holding for like a second or two, Karin. That's all I'm doing. I'm like doing 1, 2, kick down, tucking, and then I'm trying to keep that tuck. 1, 2. That's like the pace that I'm going. Good. Oh, doesn't that feel good though? Can you feel that quad opening when you kick back down? Yeah. Okay. Now you don't want any knee pain. So if you had knee pain, you would just stick with the first stretch we were doing. Let's come down to our hands and inhale, step back. You can leave that block back there. Just step around it. Good. Just hold your plank pose, getting really strong. You could be on forearms if you prefer, right? Tuck the tail. Feel like you're sliding the heels of your hands back towards your feet. Good. Keep lifting the belly, protract the shoulders, tucking the tail, engage your glutes. So instead of butt up, tail is moving toward heels. Good. And now bend the knees, downward dog. Stretch it back. Reaching your fingers forward as your hips go high. Inhale. Exhale, long exhale. And inhale, bend the knees, bringing your left leg forward to your high kneel. Right knee comes down. We don't use the block yet, right? We're just going to come up. Make sure you got enough padding. Let's do a few pelvic rocks. Okay. You're just trying to feel that where you might normally reside is probably somewhere in between. Right. And now can you keep the tail tucked under? So forward, that's it. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, get that back glute engaged. Inhale, reach the arm up. Exhale, maybe you lean if it feels all right. And keeping that tail tucked as you do it. Good, inhale, exhale, and inhale back up. Exhale, arm down. You can find your block. Get this foot on. It might need to be a different height than the first side. So making sure you got no knee pain here. Good. So now you're just trying to get back to the tail tucked if you can. So you can find that. Good. And kicking the foot into the block. You feel this opening. Keep breathing. Good. And then for 2 counts, kicking your foot down into the block. And then you can try 2 counts lifting it, and you just keep breathing. Okay. Don't want any knee pain, so do what you need to do to avoid that. Oh, for sure there's balance involved. Yes. Use your breath for balance as well, right? It's definitely a balance. If you move your foot a little more to the left, it might help with the balance a little bit. You can also hold on to something, especially if you're watching the recording. Good. Now you can hold the stretch part. Keep bringing the tail forward. Tail forward. That's it. Yes. Good. And then as you're ready, let's bring the hands down, foot off the block. You can get that block and put it at the front of your mat. So you could inhale, lift the back knee off the floor. And exhale, step forward. And inhale, reaching your spine forward. Exhale, let's bend the knees like you're sitting in a chair. And inhale, stand. Exhale, arms out and down. Good. Now let's move the padding out of the way if it's still there. And just turn your body just a little bit for your eyes so that you're not looking at somebody else, and that you can just look at something that's nice to look at, like a plant or the wood. I was looking at the mats earlier, or outside. And feeling your feet on the floor, we're just going to practice what's called divergent vision. So just softening the eyes. So when things diverge, they spread out, right? So you're going to imagine your vision is spreading. You just soften your eyes and allow in a little more of the periphery while you're looking forward. Just play around with it. Softening forehead, softening eyes, softening jaw. Good. And now could you keep that kind of vision and lift your right foot off the floor? Good. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Good. You can always stand on the wood floor too if it's too hard on your mat. Good. And then coming down, inhale, stand tall. Exhale, other side, soft eyes. So we're just working on this soft eyes, soft jaw. Good. And then putting that one down. Good. We're going to try that again, but this time let's inhale. See if you can lift the arms as you do it. Okay. Good. Exhale. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, I'm going to step that right leg back to warrior one. So you can put the heel down. You could separate the feet so they're not on a tightrope. Good. And now bringing the hands to the hips. You might need to bend the back knee for this. We're going to pelvic rock. Okay, so feel your hips stick back and stick forward. So when I bring my tail into tuck, I bend my knee to help that. Good. And we're trying to feel here is this stretch again in the front of that back hip. Right? Okay, now let's leave it in the tucked position. So a little funky warrior one, back glute engaged. And let's bring the hands, interlacing them behind the head, thumbs running down the neck, brain cradle. And just let your neck relax. Now let's play with the vision. Keep breathing. Before we play with the vision, get your breath, you guys. So you can use that ratio breath, either with Ujjayi or natural. And then see if you can take your eyes to look upward. And just notice where feels okay. Relaxing your jaw. feeling your feet grounded. And now very slowly, it might feel okay to reach the arms up next to your ears, spreading the fingers, and you might even take the eyes higher depending on how your neck feels. You could even lean the head back if your neck feels okay. Good, keep breathing. Good, and then slowly bringing the arms down. Let's lean forward and step forward. Good, and just notice how your low back feels. You know, if you got all funky in your low back, don't do as much leaning, and okay, just keep it a little more forward. All right, let's try the other side. So get your spot to look at with soft eyes, spreading the vision, and then let's inhale, lift the left leg. Good, exhale there. Inhale. Exhale, stepping back, warrior one. Hands come to hips. Inhale, tuck, bending knee, back knee. Exhale, untuck. So you're just finding the stretch in the front of the left hip. Right knee is bent, and you're in a warrior one stance. Good. Now let's leave it tucked. Same thing. Rain cradle. Let the head and neck relax. Notice how your low back feels. Eyes can come up if it feels okay. Arms can come up. Keep breathing. Follow your breath in and out. Good. And then slowly exhale, bringing arms down, leaning forward, stepping forward, and try a little swing and twist here. Letting the shoulders and arms relax. Good. And then slowing that down, coming back to the center. And we're going to stand again right at the front of your mat. Okay. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, we're going to take right leg back, but to crescent lunge. So the heel is off the floor if you can. Feet are hips distance. That will help with the balance. Okay. Now, can you inhale and tuck the tail, bending the back knee? So you stretch here again. Okay. Good. And exhale, and then inhale, reach the arm up. Exhale, maybe lean to the left. Right arm is up, leaning to left. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, could you stand? Good. And then inhale, could you step back, tuck the tail. Exhale, lean. Inhale, back up. And you guys on the thick mats, it's really hard to balance on those. So you can always go to the wood. Exhale, come forward, right? Inhale, back, tuck. Exhale, lean. Lean to the left, yes, left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, step. Yeah. Inhale, go back, tuck. Left hand comes down. Exhale, lean. Good. Inhale, back up. Exhale, step. Good, you guys. Inhale, go back. Okay, this time we're going to turn toward our right, like warrior one. So left knee is going to be open, right heel kicks back. Okay, you guys on this side of the room, let's get you set up. So we're here. Okay, you guys are here. Okay, like this. Yeah. And now let's reach your left arm up toward the ceiling. Exhale, relax your neck. You could look down towards your back foot. You could look wherever it feels best. Good, yeah. Feel your feet grounded. Inhale. Exhale. Good, now let's exhale, bringing left forearm to left thigh. Good, you might feel like you want to spread out your legs. Okay, now we're gonna, in our right hand, imagine you have like a paintbrush, okay? And we're gonna take that paintbrush and take your eyes to look where the ceiling meets the wall. And you just take that arm and start to brush all the way and let yourself lean as you do that. So it comes down and around behind you. All tracing. So in here in the studio, we have that, you know, that whatever 2x6 or whatever it is, 2x4, all around. You're just tracing it with your eyes, and see how I'm letting my hips move too? I'm letting my hips move and tuck under. I know how I did it before. Let's do this together. So everybody, let's start with the arm against your ear, okay? And now, if it feels okay on your neck, can you look to where your fingers are pointing right now? Only if it feels okay. Okay, now can you see the ceiling where it meets the wall there? And now can you start to lean back even? So you're trying to look behind you even. Good. And keep breathing. And now we're gonna brush forward. So we're gonna take that arm, tracing the ceiling. I'm going way across the room. I'm letting my hips come behind me. Good. And I'm going over here, and then I'm gonna come back to where I was. Good. Good. And now just let your neck rest. Look at your front foot. Let's take your right hand to your hip. Good. Really feel your back foot. You might need to walk it closer to the front foot. You're going to place your right hand on your knee or above it and come into triangle pose. And then you can either keep your front knee a little bent, you know, put your hand there. You can use a block. You can straighten the leg all the way if you want. You can reach the arm up if you want. And breathe. Nice. Okay, now what's the neck feeling? Take care of your neck here. Inhale. Exhale. And now let's bend that left knee again. And can you press into the right heel? Look at it and come into warrior two. Bring in the arms up. Good, inhale here. Now exhale, we're gonna come back to our crescent lunge. You start to pivot toward the front and then step forward. Maybe you can inhale, lift the leg. And exhale, step it down. Good, okay, shake it out a little bit, good job. All right, inhale, let's lift the left knee up. Exhale, step it back. Crescent lunge. You can bring your right arm down, right? Inhale, bend the back knee, tuck the tail. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, could you step forward? Lift the knee. Good. Inhale, step back. Bring right hand down, tuck the tail. Exhale, lean right. Inhale, back up. Exhale, can you step forward? Inhale, step back. Tuck the tail. Exhale, lean right. Okay, this time we're going to be turning. So inhale up and exhale, turn towards your left. So you're in warrior two. So your right knee is bent. You got it. Good. So we're facing this way, ladies. Yeah. Here we go. And then from here, let's drop the left arm and just reach the right arm up. Good. And let your neck relax. So where does it want to look? We're in reverse warrior or stargazer, it could be called. All right, good. One more breath there. Feel your feet nice and solid. And then let's exhale, now side angle. We'll place the right forearm on the thigh. You might want to widen your feet from one another. Okay, I'm going to have you come into this paintbrush like I did the second time. So we're going to reach the left arm along the ear, and only if it feels okay on the neck. You're not forcing anything. You could start to look toward the fingers. And then maybe you can see where the ceiling meets the wall there, okay? And if that feels okay, you might even start to open the chest more, leaning back a little bit. And now you got a paintbrush in that hand. Imagine you're taking the edge along where the ceiling meets the wall. And as you do that, your butt can stick out behind you as you lean forward and trace around and then bring it back. And the hips tuck under a bit or come to neutral as you come back. You're just noticing what your eyes and neck want to do. You can always change it based on how your neck is feeling. Good. And then pausing in your side angle with the arm along the ear. Inhale here. Then exhale, look down at your right foot and bring your left hand to your hip. Inhale, as you start to come into triangle pose, you might want to step that back foot in closer. It might feel better. You can start to straighten the front leg a little or a lot. Your bottom hand could come to your leg or a block. And it's not about getting down to your foot. It's instead, ready? It's instead, come from up here, about sending that left hip out and getting long through the spine. Yeah, good, you guys. And now where's the neck want to look? Don't force anything. Maybe it wants to look down. Maybe it did a lot of work just then. Good. Another breath there. Now from here, let's everybody look down at the foot. Start to bend the knee, press into that front heel, coming into warrior two. Pausing there, inhale and exhale. And then inhale, start to turn toward the front of your mat, toward crescent. And exhale, stepping forward, maybe you can balance. Inhale there. And exhale, stepping down. Good, and just kind of shake it out a little bit, or you can hula hoop a little bit here. Just let that low back go. All right, so we've got our blocks here. We're gonna need them on the tallest level. And some people might prefer to do this at the wall with their hands on the wall. We're gonna do moon rises. Okay, so you can use a mirror too. You know, if you want something higher or a chair at home, you can use any furniture. I actually really like using furniture for this. Okay, so we're gonna stand back, and this is the position we're gonna come in. Don't go there yet. I just wanna show you so you can get an idea of what you want it to feel like, okay? So what I want this to feel like is not this, the roundedness. So I might need to bend this front knee in order to be able to reach the blocks. That's why the wall is helpful, because you just got this, right here instead of here. Okay, so you can bend that front knee, but when you bend the front knee, you don't want to be like this with the knee way over the toe. I want to feel it. I'm working the hip. So to work the hip, I've got to have my hip over my heel. So bending back. Okay, so just decide if you want to use the wall, furniture, or the blocks. You can use whatever one you want. And we're going to step, inhale. Well, let's get our breath first. Inhale. And then exhale, step left leg, bend the knee so that you can get your hands on your support. And then let's take the right leg up behind us. Good, now let's fiddle around with the pose a little bit. We're going to try to turn the right hip to face the floor. So you might need to bend the left knee more to do that. Good, keep breathing. Now your neck does not need to work here. You can relax your neck. Good, inhale. Do you already feel your left hip working? Yeah, me too, good. Inhale, your spine is long on the inhale. Exhale, it stays long. Good, now inhale, could you turn your right hip open to the right? And then exhale, turn it back to the floor. And we're just gonna do that. Okay, just gonna try to turn it open, inhale, and exhale, close it. So we're working into that whole left glute area. Keep breathing. You can always put your foot on the floor and take a break, right? Any point. Good. Good, now this next time, perhaps it could stay open. Just check it out. Just leaving it open to the side. You can keep your hands where they are, or you could try to take your right hand to your hip and you're in half moon pose. Yeah, you can also just keep your hands where they are. Okay, keep breathing. You can even bend your knee in half moon, reach for the foot. Okay, these are just options. Keep breathing. Good, you guys. And now if you've got your hand off the block, let's slowly bring it back and close the hip. Now inhale, can everybody put a little bigger bend in the left knee and reach your chest forward? Maybe you can let go of your blocks and put the arms out like an airplane. Keep breathing. And then standing. Inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe the knee can come up. Exhale and down. Good work, you guys. Just kind of jog it out. All right, let's try the other side. So you stand a little bit back from the blocks. You can always switch to the wall. Okay, inhale, stand tall. Exhale, right foot forward. Bend so you can get your hands to the blocks. Think your chest is reaching. Yes, chest is reaching. And now try to lift that left leg up, and let's fiddle around with your alignment here. Okay, so can you turn your left hip to face the floor? Good. Notice how much bend you need in your knee to get your spine long. Good. Good. Keep breathing and relax your neck. Now we'll try the moon rises, where these are called. They're inhale, open the hip to the left, and exhale, close it. And repeat. Just noticing how this side feels compared to the first side. Yeah, it's kind of funky to figure out, isn't it? Sometimes it's like you're not used to moving in this way. So it's like, how can you turn your lower belly and your hip? The rotation is in the hip, but the lower belly will turn a bit too. And making sure, of course, it doesn't hurt anywhere. Now, could you leave that left hip open? Does that feel okay? If not, keep it closed. And then maybe you want to take your left hand off. If you do that and you come into half moon, I didn't mention this on the other side, but you can actually turn your chest and belly that way too, if you want to. Keep breathing. Might even bend that top knee or reach for the foot. Keep your breath, right? Use your breath to steady you. And then slowly, let's bring our hands back down to both blocks. Okay, you're pausing there, closing the hip if you haven't already. And then let's bend the right knee more. That helps with the balance. And reach the chest forward, keep breathing, and maybe you can balance here. And then maybe you can inhale, stand up on one leg. Good. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhale, lower. Just step in side to side. All right, let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extending your spine forward. And exhale, we're just stepping to downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths there. Now, as we inhale, let's lift the right leg. And as you exhale, can you come into a plank with your right knee in towards your belly? And you got to round your spine. And then inhale, go back to your one-legged down dog. And exhale again, knee in plank. Good, again. Now this time, when you come in, could you shoot your leg out to the left with the pinky toe on the floor? What? So like this. Boom. Yeah. But way to the left, like up by your shoulder. Yeah, way up there, right? That's kind of hard. You can bend the knee to get it there. What if you bent the knee as you did it? And take a break if you need to. You just step back to down dog. I'm going to help these guys for a second. Okay, so check me out. Let's take a break for a sec. So when you come in up to here, right? You're here. We want to try to go straight here. So it's okay if it's bent. Let's leave it bent if we need to. Okay. All right, let's try it again. Let's try it again. All right. So here we go. From down dog, let's go into knee in. You guys were all getting that part, the knee in, right? And now, can you keep the knee where it is? You might not be able to straighten it all the way, but can you put the pinky toe out here so it's closer to your left breast? Okay. Yeah, that's it. And now we're going to come down onto that right hip. Ah, yes, we're not holding it there. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's it. And then relax your shoulders, you guys. Yeah, there we go. Here we are. Okay, so here I am. Here I am. on my right hip, right? You may not be able to get straight. I'm going to straighten mine, but you don't have to, okay? And now see how you can roll on your right hip here? I'm going to use my arms to roll my right hip back. Yeah. And then maybe you can come to forearms and you're breathing. Okay, so where are you feeling a stretch? For me, I'm feeling it in the these peroneals or peroneals, I don't know how to pronounce it, on the outside of my shin here. That's just where I'm tightest. But you might be feeling it along the IT band area or the hip area. But you want to be feeling something. So if you're not feeling anything, then let's bring that leg further forward and roll that hip back. Yeah, and turn your belly and chest toward the floor. Yeah, anybody not feeling anything? Keep breathing, okay? Keep breathing. Yeah, I know, it's hard to get in this one. This is called Fallen Warrior. Can we straighten this, Liz? Okay, and then you're gonna, do you mind that I'm touching you? Okay, I know you don't usually mind. Now you got it? Okay, now we're gonna try to bring this leg back here to, yes, and then keep turning. Now are you getting a stretch? Okay, good, good, we got it, Keep breathing. Okay, you guys, nice. Now from here, we're gonna come up on our hands, just when you've got comfortable, and we're gonna turn toward your left. So now you're sitting in a V seat. Everybody in a V seat? All right. Okay, now you can widen to whatever size V seat you want. Okay. And you can stay upright, stretching like this with hands propped. Or some of you who are more mobile in this position, you know, can come forward, you can prop. So whatever gives you some sensation of a stretch here, and then relaxing your neck and shoulders. So allow it to be a relaxed yin style stretch, okay? Keep breathing. Okay, now as you inhale, can you feel like you're expanding your back and the back of your neck as well? And exhale. Good, and again, inhale, expanding your back. Good, and exhale. Couple more times, notice where you could soften. Good, now if you're folded forward, let's inhale to come back up. You can use your hands. Okay, now we're gonna go back the way we came. So we're gonna go over our right shoulder, right? We're gonna go to the right. So to do that, can you start to bend your left knee? Like just bring that left heel in and start to turn towards your right. Put your hands down on the right. Yeah, so now, and then you can scoot yourself so you're back in that weird fallen warrior type stretch. And now you can straighten the left leg. Just do what feels natural. Okay, now we're gonna do something fun. You're gonna thread the right arm underneath the left and come onto your back. So your right leg is now out to the side, right? And you can scoot yourself. You're on your back. Let's inhale. You can use your right hand to help. We're going to inhale, bring that right leg up toward the ceiling. Hold it with your hands. Good. Exhale. You might be able to tuck your chin, lift up toward the leg. Good. Inhale, come back down. Okay, exhale, spreading out the arms. Let's bring the leg across the body to the left. This is called Supta Padangusthasana 3, which is just big toe to head pose 3. Okay. Yeah, no, it's just big toe. Angu is big. I'll tell you later, because we wouldn't really have our head here. Good. Inhale. Now exhale, engage your abdominals. Can you lift that leg back up without hands? And then guess where we're going, where we came from. Okay, so we're going over to the right. Okay, I'm gonna roll to the right. Put your left hand down, back to fallen warrior. Okay, you got it. Scoot your hip back. So you're on your mat if you want to be. And then can you get your hands ready to push yourself back to down dog, right? So we're going to inhale. And exhale, back toes are going to need to tuck. You're going to lift up. Stretch it back. Now you can even take that right leg up. This is just an option. Right leg could come up. You could even bend the knee. I'm not going to teach this pose today, but you could flip around, flip in the dog behind your back. Good. Keep breathing. Recover your breath if you've lost it. Just bring it back to a rhythm. Good. Right foot's on floor now. Inhale. Let's lift the left leg up. Exhale. We're doing plank with knee to belly 3 times. Just practicing that movement. Okay. On the 3rd time, we'll try taking it out to the side, but let's pause with it in so you can get the idea, right? It's in. You can always drop it like you guys are, yeah. And then we're going to take it and put the pinky toe edge down, right? The knee can be bent, right? So it's up high. And then you can start to slide down onto that left hip and come down to the forearms. And I'll help you guys, if you're not finding it, I'll help you get into it, okay? The leg could be straight. Just find where, does anybody need help on this side getting it? You there? Feeling it, okay. Rhythmic breath. Okay, one more like that. And then slowly using your hands to inhale, start to lift. We're going to turn toward our right to come into our VC. Yeah. And you can arrange yourself however it feels best. Get any props you might want. If you want something below your head. And breathe. We'll take several breaths here. Okay. You can also prop your hands up behind you or sit on something. Every inhale, can you try to feel the back of your neck relaxing and your upper back expanding? And every exhale, letting your jaw relax, your face relax. And then if you're folded forward on your next inhale, let's lift up. And now we're going to go back the way we came. So we're going to go left here. So an exhale, start turning to the left. You can bend any legs that help you to get there, right? So go slowly so you can feel what you need to do. And you can arrange yourself back in your fallen warrior for a moment. Yeah, good. Inhale there. Now exhale, we're going to put your right hand down, lift the elbow and thread the left arm underneath. So you come onto the left shoulder and start to roll onto your back, taking the right arm around. So you get your left leg out to the side, right? You use your hand or not, or use your core. And exhale, bring the leg up toward the ceiling, coming fully onto your back. Good. You can grab that leg somewhere. Inhale. Exhale, you might even lift your head and shoulders, tucking your chin up towards your knee. Good. Then inhale, slowly lower. And exhale, spread the arms as the leg now comes over to the right. Across the body. So just like fallen warrior, but upside down, right? Inhaling here. Exhaling, long exhale. Now, when we come out of this, we really want to use our core. You can always bend the right knee if it helps. Okay, so you come out, exhaling, using your abdominals, and we're going to bring it all the way around out to the left again and start to roll onto our left side, bringing the right arm over and come back into our fallen warrior pose. Yeah, good. And then just kind of arranging yourself. Inhale. Now exhale, let's prepare to push up out of this. Okay, so let's inhale, get your hands steady. Exhale, just start to see core needs to engage, shoulders need to protract as you lift up, coming back to your downward dog. If you want to, that left leg could even come up in down dog. You could bend the knee and open the hip. I'm going to flip the dog, as so they say. I don't remember what the Sanskrit is. Okay, I'm gonna inhale and open up. And then you can come back around and bring that left foot down when you're ready. And then either child's pose, coming down to knees and resting, or you could come onto your back right away and bring knees to chest. And feeling your breath as it goes in. And maybe take a sigh. And again. And now, if it feels okay on your knees, you can roll up and sit on your heels. If that doesn't feel okay, you can come up to hands and knees, sit otherwise. Just take a moment in a seat and take your eyes to something you haven't really looked at. Letting your eyes soften. A couple of breaths. You might move them to a second spot. Good. And then from here, we're going to come onto our backs for supported bridge pose. So you don't really need a blanket below your head for supported bridge. Some people might like it though. I'm just going to come onto my back and use a block or a bolster to slip below the sacrum. Block can be on any height. Letting your shoulders be at ease. So just arranging yourself so this feels most supportive to you right now. You might inhale, feel your belly expand, and exhale, just take a sigh. Want to feel like your low back is long. Some of you look like you're in a bit of a back bend in your low back. So you might want to move, if you feel like that, just move your block further toward your tail so it's more on your butt. Your low back is long, and you can always lower the block too. And any leg positions are fine here if you have something you wanted to do, like take them up or straighten them, or take them up and bend them. Good, and let's inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 5 or 6 or even longer. If your block is on the medium height, let's lower it to the lowest height and move it so that it's on your butt if it's not already. So lowest height on your butt. Yeah, that's really where you want the block for this. And then just take a sigh. Feel like you're releasing to gravity a little bit further here. Just letting everything soften. Now you could always stay here longer, or if you're ready to come out, you just press into the feet, lift up off the block, and exhale, lowering down. You could come into windshield wipers or knees to chest or happy baby pose. And then as you're ready, you do any last poses you might want to do, and then find your way to Shavasana. So if you want any props, you can use them below your knees or below your head or over your body. And let me know if you're here in the studio, let me know if I can bring you any other props. Just give me a little wave. I'll get them for you. Ah. And once you find it, so what you want to find for Shavasana is a position that feels supportive so that you can practice letting go. And so take your time. And Shavasana means corpse pose. So the idea here is that, it's the ultimate practice of letting go. Maybe a sigh or two. And now we're also practicing for a moment another limb of yoga, the 8 limbs, which is called pratyahara, which means the drawing inward of your senses. So paying attention to what's happening internally. And if ever that's too much, you just take your attention outward again. As you're drawing your senses inward and just noticing your body, notice if there's any holding going on, like muscular holding that you could soften, or any mental holding that you could just let go of and soften. And what arm position allows you to do that the best right now in your own body? Could you allow yourself to feel like you're sinking a little deeper into the floor or into your props? As you go through your day today, you might practice just, noticing things you don't normally notice or looking in areas you don't normally look, whether that's literal or figurative. And I'll end our session with an Om. You're welcome to move whenever you're ready to. I'm just going to inhale and then I'll inhaling. Om. All right. Thank you, everybody.